my gosh, right when I started to do this message, it started downpouring. The universe, I feel like, is going to like flood into your life with some kind of like fresh start. This feels like your energy is being cleansed of something. I want to say something's been attached to you. So this could literally be like an energy has been attached to you for a while, whether it have been like a relationship. There's been something that's almost been stuck to you, and it's been clinging to your spirit in some kind of way that you would maybe were not fully aware of, or like didn't realize it was affecting you until it was gone. I feel like the universe wants to clear your energy so that it can receive something really fresh. I feel like you're in for like something new. So maybe you've been kind of feeling like things have felt maybe repetitive or just like the same for a long time, even though you've already outgrown it. And I feel like you outgrow situations so fast that kind of happens a lot. But at the same time, I don't think you're somebody that's constantly looking for the next best thing. I feel like you like to sit in that energy because you know that nothing's permanent. And like, why would I want to escape this moment when I know that this is going to not be here soon? You know what I mean? Like, appreciative of every moment, even when it's not really what you necessarily want. You know what I mean? Like, you've learned to find peace in the unknown. I want to say the universe is like spinning a new web for you. Like, that's the kind of energy. The universe is spinning a new web for you. Spiders could be significant. Maybe you have like a spider tattoo. And this spider right here. I honestly feel like there's been so many things that you have been experiencing lately that have just felt kind of, again, like maybe a hamster wheel of emotions. I think that you've been maybe healing from something, specifically, again, this thing maybe that you're like unattaching yourself from. It could have been like some form of heartache, but I feel like you're growing something from that. You're growing something from nothing. And I think that you're coming out of this situation like a changed person. I think this situation changed you, or maybe this person changed you. The universe wants to change your life because you decided to change yours. Does that make sense? I don't even know. I just feel like something real is about to be coming into your life. I honestly feel like that flooding of energy is like a flood of clarity. You could even be feeling like you're coming out of some kind of storm or like fog of some sort where you weren't seeing as clearly as you are right now. And it feels a little bit like, damn, like emotional, I want to say. Realizing maybe like what you were losing in yourself in that situation, or realizing how much of yourself you had like given up. It's like a flood of your spirit is coming back to you. The universe is like reflecting in external things, like this is what's happening in your life because you chose yourself kind of energy. So this could have been like a situation where you had to choose yourself, and now like what's meant for you can flood into your life. So I feel like there's just this kind of new fresh start kind of energy coming into your life. Is there anything else? Ace of Cups, literally like an overflow of some kind of just the overflow of your spirit. The Page of Cups, the Chariot, and the Knight of Pentacles. I think that this energy that's been like cleared out from your space is giving you a new clear lens of what you want moving forward. Maybe it even like blocked off what your vision before. It could have been like preventing you from seeing your true path. Maybe it like blinded it a little bit, or it altered it a little bit. Now that it's not there, you're able to flow freely into this without resistance, and faster than you would if this person or this experience was still going on. And literally just the Justice card right here and the Star. Yeah, I feel like it's time that things change in your life. One door opens so another door, one door closes so another one can open. Yes. And look, oh my gosh. It feels like you're walking through some kind of new door or pathway that feels very magical. I feel like you're actually starting to embrace a more like magical, mystical side of life right now where it's like I'm allowed to see the magic in life. Maybe you're somebody that's also like very, very spiritual, but like people around you aren't. So maybe you felt maybe a little bit silly or a little bit alone in that. So maybe you kind of suppressed it just to kind of maybe not be judged or just like fit in or, you know, seem more normal, I guess. And there's nothing not normal about spirituality. I just feel like you're somebody that like embraces a different side of life that feels not so explainable. And I think, you know, what's so beautiful about that is that you don't have to explain it to anybody. I feel like it's something you let yourself feel internally. And you know what? That even makes it more magical when it's like, I feel like I'm the only one seeing this, or I'm the only one experiencing this. But it feels like you're being initiated deeper into your spiritual path, not by like going higher up into the clouds, but almost seeing in the clouds as, wait, what am I saying? I feel like maybe you're somebody that's felt up in the clouds a lot of your life, where you're like, I need to bring myself back down to reality a little bit. But it's like seeing it as not a bad thing to be up in the clouds if you can still see the ground. That kind of energy, where it is hard to not get so sucked up into it. But I feel like you're somebody that's very grounded in your spirituality. That's what makes it so magical, is that you do see that you are just a person experiencing life just as everybody else is, but you're also tapped into that higher level of I don't want to say awareness, but like, yes, but because of that, you're able to see magic where other people don't even think to look. Like, if that's what this is you're learning to see a new side of magic. I feel like you're going through a rebirth right now, honestly. A rebirth where your spiritual self is your real self. And I don't even like attaching like myself to spirituality, because everybody is a spiritual being. Do you know what I mean? And not using spirituality as a, like a, what's it called? A personality. Like, it's just a state of being. And I feel like that's where you're at, is learning, like, I don't have to hide this about myself. This is just who I am. Like, I'm allowed to embrace things that other people don't. I'm allowed to see the world in a magical way. I'm allowed to look at the sky and feel like the universe is looking back at me. Like, I'm allowed to feel that way kind of energy. And I feel like the more you embrace it, the more you actually inspire people. And you know what? Maybe you're somebody that's felt like you don't want to seem too like, I don't know, again, up in the clouds. But I think that's actually like where most of your creativity comes from, is when you are connected to that like ethereal side of yourself, where I believe creation comes from your connection to the divine, to yourself, to your spirit. And it's like, that is where the most impact comes, is when you're not trying to create from pressure or create from being down here. It's creating coming from like up here. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean, if you get what I'm saying. But it's like, I don't know, I feel like you've gone through some sort of inner shift where it feels like a past version of yourself is no longer feeling comfortable pretending to be somebody they're not. I just feel like you're learning how to embrace that childlike sense of self, because you're somebody that maybe as a child you were even very creative or just very believing in magic. You know what I mean? Like, for me, for instance, when I was younger, I believed so hardcore I was a mermaid. I believed I could turn into a mermaid. I would take a bath on a full moon and put salt in the water and pray and would wish for a mermaid tail, specifically for it to be blue with sparkles. And I thought I had powers and I thought I could make potions to turn myself into, like, I believed in magic when I was younger. And it's like tapping back into that childlike innocence, because that's where your creativity comes from, and not being ashamed of it. You know what I mean? So I just feel like this kind of rebirth right now is coming back to the innocence that life has forced you or told you to forget about, because that's where all of the magic can truly happen.